What's up, guys? I decided to do another Q&A video. It's been a long time since I've talked in front of the camera. It feels kind of awkward. um, I have a huge update to tell you guys about in this video, which is pretty crazy. But earlier this year, April of this year, I actually became a father for the first time to an amazing little baby. Her name is Maven. She's 6 months old now. She loves deathcore. She loves death metal. She actually genuinely does like metal a lot. But yeah, it's been a really crazy experience, and I thought it would be cool to tell you guys that. And that'll explain why there's a packet of wipes behind me. That might also explain the bags under my eyes. It's been tiring, but as you guys can see, I've still done a lot of music. Like, I've pretty much kept up with my music. You might not even be able to tell that that happened, which is pretty cool. And I'm months ahead of schedule. So that makes it easier. Basically, a year ago, I started trying to become as far ahead of my schedule as I possibly could. So I would create 2 songs a day, but I'd post every other day. So after a couple months, I had like 2 months of vacation days. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So right now I'm a month ahead of schedule still, because I've used 1 month. So anyways, back to the actual video. I just want to have that announcement, and I was going to just talk about the questions, because like a week ago I asked you guys if you had any questions for me. So let's go through them. Posse Magnet. First question. Posse Magnet. What a great name. May we get a Lamb of God style song one day? Yes, I've done Lamb of God style songs. Last year I did one called No Salvation. It was like a groove, it says groove metal. And it came out pretty decent. I think that I didn't really like the mix on that song when it first came out, but listening to it again, I think it's good and it sounds cool. I'll definitely do another Lamb of God style song. I'm sure I will at some point. I don't know. When I get bored of doing everything else, I'll probably do that. Yeah, those come out pretty good. And then the other half of the question, it says, also, how come you're so incredible at creating such killer tracks that never seem to disappoint? You're legendary, man. Thank you so much. Honestly, it's partly me just being born with the ability to do it, like as a kid, and being creative. I've always been really creative. I've always been able to just sort of get lost in things. I guess you'd call it like a flow state. And now that I'm older and I've been writing songs for a long time and making a habit of it, it's really easy for me to get into a flow state now. Like, it just happens automatically all the time. Like, if I sit down to write and I'm having fun, I just get lost in it like crazy. So I think that has a lot to do with it, and just being excited by it and honing the craft of just doing it over and over and over and over for years on end. Now my brain it's like my whole entire brain and my whole personality is literally just built to make music and make metal music forever. This is my calling, 100%. I will do this until I die. There's no question about that. All right. Next question. Titanic's fourth funnel. What's your favorite thing you've heard someone do vocally over one of your tracks? This is a tough question because I have a collab with a really well-known deathcore vocalist that is going to be coming out. So it will be that person that I can't announce yet. But there's been a lot of people over the years that are amazing vocalists that have done crazy things. Richard Pell has done insane vocals over my tracks. Zion is one of my clients that I work with. He buys songs from me, but he puts vocals over and he does amazing vocals. There's so many of them though. There's like 100 of them. But yeah, there's a ton of people that are really, really good vocalists. Do you have any plans on making acoustic versions of your instrumentals? I've actually thought a lot about this because I read these questions already, obviously. And I was thinking some of my songs I think would sound really cool acoustic, but it would just be like, do I want to set it all up? And do I have a good enough setup where it would actually make sense, you know, like in my room, trying to record acoustic, it might not sound too good. But I think some of the melodic metal songs would sound really cool acoustic. I think songs like Beast, songs like Afterlife, maybe. Anything that's relatively straightforward with a lot of melody would sound really good. as acoustic. So I think I'm definitely not opposed to it. I just don't know if I'll ever get around to it because I'm just trying to survive right now. All right, next question is from Wuxuns. I don't know what that means. WXUNDS. What was your inspiration for making music, and why in all that is unholy have you not made a band? Question mark, exclamation point, haha, period. Much love, man. Keep slaying. With a little emoji like this. Thanks, dude. What was your inspiration for making music? Well, if you want to talk about what is my inspiration every day, I sit down, if it's a good day, I sit down and I have my guitar. And if this is a day where I really, the ideas just come flowing out of me, I sit down and I think kind of like maybe I want to do a melodic metal song, whatever. I kind of have an idea of the genre. And then within like 10 seconds, the riff just comes into my brain. I know it sounds crazy. It just comes into my brain and then I translate it from my head to the instrument. It's kind of like if you were to like have a song stuck in your head, you know how that feels, where it's just like repeating and you can't get it out and it just keeps happening. That's how the riffs will come to me. It'll be like, let's say like the melody to the song Another World, a melodic metal song. That's the melody right there. And that will just come to me. Like I'll be like, oh wow, that sounds so cool. And then I'll put chords underneath it and then I'll sound it out. I literally have to go from my head to my hands. I know this is crazy. And then I will keep doing that. And if it's going really good, every time I finish a riff, I already have the next one ready to go. Like I'm like, oh, that will sound cool. Oh, that will sound cool. And they just keep going like this. I don't know any music theory, not really. I know very basic stuff, just like a couple scales. I took 2 lessons as a kid. I learned Enter Sandman and then I quit. What else? Yeah, I don't know how it happens. And it's way stronger now than it was like even last year. Well, maybe not last year, but for the past like 2 years, it's been the strongest it's ever been, where the ideas just come to me endlessly like that. I'm really lucky, I'm really blessed. I don't know why it happens. I do know that the more I do it, the stronger it gets. There's been times in my life where I don't write music for a month, 2 months, back when I was in college and I wasn't taking it very seriously. And the ideas back then, I mean, they were never coming to me because I wasn't using my brain. But once I started doing this full time, once I knew there was a chance to do this full time, I started grinding as hard as I could. And once I did go full time, I really started grinding, and that's when I started posting every single day almost, or every 2 days. And that's when that part of me got way, way more like stronger. And now basically like half of my brain is just like metal music, and then the other half is like eating and sleeping. And so yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that was quite the rant. But if you're talking about inspiration in terms of bands, I'd say Tool, Killswitch Engage, Metallica, Death, the death metal band Death, Revocation, All That Remains. Devin Townsend is a huge one, can never forget that. Meshuggah is a huge one. Periphery. Even bands like Northlane, I love them. Yeah, basically every band. All right, anyways, so why have I not made a band? I have made bands in the past and it didn't really work out, and a lot of times I end up just writing everything and it just becomes not fun. I don't want to write everything if I'm in a band. I want to do nothing because I already write everything for the channel. So I want to just kind of sit back, and I don't ever really end up being in that role. But yeah, I've had stuff. You can go on my channel and look up the band Outlander. We had a song called Spitshine, and there's a whole EP out actually. But you can, on my channel, just go to my videos or search it and you'll find the lyric video for Spitshine. It was actually a good song, and the vocals on it are not me. It was some kid from around here, but he's very good at singing. It just didn't work out, whatever. Anyways, on to the next thing. And I don't know if I'll make a band in the future. I'd like to, it'd be fun. I don't know, but it would be casual. And the only way it won't be casual is if it's this music. Yeah, that's the only way it won't be casual. Other than that, it has to be, because I don't have time to do anything very serious. It would be, I would definitely not opposed to it. one more thing, I'm not the kind of person that leaves their house. I'm the kind of person that sits in their house and just grinds away at shit all day long. All right, next question. I've said that like 10 times now, but actually next question. Bebop boy. I'm a beginner guitarist altogether, and I have a little bit of experience on the bass and drums. Oh wow, we just posted this. But your music inspires me. What should I do to get to that level? Or how did you learn your instruments? I learned my instruments by tab books. So you don't have to use tab books because we're not in the Stone Age anymore. So you can use something like Ultimate Guitar. That's a great resource, ultimateguitar.com, and you can just look up tabs and start. What I would do is just start learning songs. And if you have a hard time playing, because maybe you're just starting, learn very basic songs. Learn how to just pick and try to get to the point where it's fun as fast as you can. The second it becomes a chore, you're done. If it ever became a chore for me, I would never have gotten here. The only reason why I got to where I am, whatever that means, is just through having fun. I never practice scales. I never practice anything like that. I only write music. Like any of my skill that I have is all just from writing music. That's it. What should you do to get to this level? My level isn't like, I think my songwriting level is very good, but I don't know about my playing is good enough to get by, I think. Like I can't really shred like crazy. Like I can't like sweep pick too well. I can't do anything too crazy. I'm not really like a guitarist. I'm more like a songwriter. But that's what I would say. I'd say learn songs you really love. And then if you want to, start writing music that's kind of like those bands. And even you can even try and copy them with your writing until you get good enough to do stuff on your own. And just try and figure out how they do stuff. Obviously don't post anything if you're ripping someone off, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like really dig into their music and find out why it sounds the way it does, why you like it. Figure out what makes it sound good. What is a good hook? What is a good melody? What is a good rhythm? And then try and create your own. And do that. You can record into your phone if you want. You could use something like Guitar Pro and write tabs. That's what I did when I was younger. I don't do that anymore. I suck with Guitar Pro now. You can get something like Reaper, which is free, and you can record into it. That's what I use. There's so many things you can do. So hopefully that helps. Next question. Oh wow, there's another one. Max Flame, do you save stems for all your songs in case you get inspired to, or ask to make a different version of a song in the future? I would love to hear a different arrangement for some of them. Most of them have stems, but a lot of them, for whatever reason, crash when I open them if they're more than like a year old. I don't know why, but I can still get to them. It's just kind of a pain. I was posting stems on my website, but I only have 2 up there because I just don't have time. Like anytime I try and do a new endeavor, it gets thrown to the wayside. But I eventually want to post a bunch of stems on my website. If you want stems for any of the tracks, message me and I can send you them. Not for free, but it's a pain trying to do that, so I can't do it for free, but I can send you them if you want to email me. My email will be in the description. All right, next one, Tristan Meitzold. I don't know. I'm bad at talking. If you could collaborate with a musician from a different genre, then who would it be and what genre? I thought about this for a while and I was like, man, I'm so uncultured. And I actually do listen to other genres, but I'm just drawing a blank so bad. My answer is John Williams. I think it would be super cool to do like an orchestral, crazy song with him, like symphonic metal. That would be really cool. I'm sure you guys know who John Williams is, but look him up. He composed like Harry Potter and Star Wars and all these famous soundtracks, and his knack for melody is incredible. Like when I talk about having melody like come to you, I can only imagine what it's like being in his brain. There probably is just melodies on top of melodies all day long. It's incredible. So yeah, John Williams, 100%. That would be super cool. Obviously, it will never happen, but if it did, it would be really cool. The next one is Aw Sauce 1. When do you think you'll be taking a break? You've been doing this nonstop for a while now. When I can afford to. No, I love doing music. Lately it's been a little bit tiring. Sometimes I don't want to have to come up with a new idea. I'm like, dang, I don't feel like it. But I bring in most of our income with making music. The royalty-free tracks bring in decent money, and then making custom instrumentals for people, that also brings in money, and then a little bit of YouTube ads. I mean, I make like $400 a month from YouTube ads because my watch time isn't super high because all my videos are really short. So I can't really take a break because I need to make music. But I also love making music and I don't want to stop. And I have a lot more to write because I have another, I mean, I'm going to be 26 in December 7th, I'll be 26 years old. So what, if I live another 50 years or 60 years, I have all that time to make music. So I'm not taking a break. I need to make as much as I can. Like, but I'm sure at some point I will. I'm sure at some point I'm going to slow down a little bit. Maybe another year or two of doing it at the pace I've been doing it. And I might just start to slow down. Maybe I'll get really fed up and I'll just need a break for like a month. I don't know. Most people are in a band and they write the guitar or they write the drums for 10 songs every 3 years or every 2 years. That pace is way too slow for me. I can't do that. I really enjoy writing tons of songs. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of Buckethead. He's like a guitarist and he also does he has like thousands of songs. But it's a little different because his songs are more like jams and they're not quite like, they're not like full songs as much. They kind of are. But his songs are amazing. And I'd like to be something kind of like that. But I want to have a lot of substance as well in my music, so. Yeah. I don't know when I'll be taking a break. Not anytime soon. I don't think so. At least a year, I think. At least. But probably 2. And what might happen is I might go to once every 3 days. You know, and that might start next year. I don't know. But it'll be once every 3 days, and then it will maybe be like once every 4 days at the very least. But that would be a break for me. Nah, I'm gonna keep going, and that's it. And if things ever feel a little boring to me, all I have to do is just write what I feel like writing. And you guys, maybe someday my music might change. Like maybe my style might change. And it is what it is. I've wrote a lot of songs and a lot of them sound similar. Not super similar, but a lot of them have like similar, I have my own style and maybe someday that will change. I don't know. All I know is it's fun and I'm going to keep going. All right. Anyways, next question. Jordan McDuff official. Can I use this song for vocals? Seems to be a common question. Had to ask once and for all, LOL. Yes, you can. If you guys buy my songs, you can use them for vocals. You can use them for pretty much anything. Just don't copyright them in some weird way because then it ruins it for everyone else. But yeah, I mean, throw vocals on it, have fun. That's why I do it, and that's how I give value with my music, and I love hearing vocals on my songs. Next question is Try Haryano. I can only imagine how much I just butchered that name. Bro, heavy metal song collaboration with the DJ version, please. Yeah, I tried to figure out, I don't know what DJ version is, but yeah. All right, next question. Jordan McDuff official. This might be out of place, but I've always been interested. Are you religious at all, or can you defend or describe your beliefs either religiously or not? Okay. If no religion, what led you to that conclusion as well? I'm not religious. I wouldn't say I think nothing exists. I don't know, because I don't know if anything exists, so it's hard to say that it doesn't. I don't really have anything to defend. I don't really think about anything like that. I write music. I take care of my baby. Sometimes I have her for 8 to 10 hours a day, and then I will write music for the rest of the day, and then I'll maybe shower if I'm lucky, and then I'll go to sleep. And I don't really have time for that stuff. Sometimes I will watch videos on like science stuff and airplanes, and I get really deep on random subjects like that sometimes. I don't know why. I've been fascinated with airplanes for a while. I don't know. Something's wrong. Like I said, something's wrong with me. I get very intensely deeply into things. But yeah, religion, I mean, I'd study religion. I think it could be interesting, but I don't know. All right, next question. To infinity and beyond. If I if I buy an instrumental for Make a Song, can I upload it on Spotify? Yes, you can. Yeah, you should be able to. Some of them are copyrighted. There's like 3 of them that are copyrighted for some reason, and I'm trying to appeal it, and it's this big process. But for the other like 600 songs, you should be all set. The Savage Screamer, any tips for a new musician? I kind of gave them earlier, but like I said, have fun. I know it sounds so stupid and contrived, but have fun. Because like, if you don't, you're not going to do it, because you're going to hate doing it. I just stuttered. Anyways, you're going to hate doing it. So find a way to enjoy it. Practice songs that are easy, and then just learn cover songs, and then just learn how to play through tabs and cover songs. And that's really all you have to do. You'll just get better. In terms of like the very, very basic stuff, I mean, just press your finger on the string and pluck it. I mean, I don't know. That's stuff you just have to practice, and you have to keep at doing it. You can't give up. You'll hit a point where it becomes fun and effortless, but you have to just try and enjoy the process to get to that point. If you ever want to know stuff about like business or making money off of music, I can always talk about that stuff too in the future. In terms of vocals, I don't know. I'm not very good at them. Like, I'm okay at singing, so I don't really have a ton of tips. I'm better at singing. My screams are getting better, but they're not excellent. I learned how to scream through death metal songs when I first started, and it kind of messed up my technique. Like, I don't know. Now I only scream like Chuck Schuldiner from Death, so my vocals sound amazing for death metal, and they don't sound very good for anything else. So, yeah, in terms of vocals, there's not much I can help you other than don't push too hard. Yeah, don't push too hard. That's my tip for vocals. But in terms of vocal mixing and vocal production, I was thinking about doing a course on something like that, because I do know a lot more about that, and I know a little bit about vocals. But yeah, I was thinking about maybe doing a course on that. I'm not sure. You guys can let me know if you would like that. I'm not sure if I will. But yeah, new musicians, listen to tons of music, grow your musical palette as much as you can, and learn songs, learn covers, maybe take a lesson or two to figure out like how to do the super basic stuff. I mean, that's exactly what I did. 2 lessons, I learned Enter Sandman, and I was like, see you later, I'm out of here. And I think I was 10 years old, 11 years old, and now I'm 25. So, all right, next question. Undead Flesh God, what keeps you going? Pretty much, you know what I think it is? I've actually thought about this. I really think it's just the process of creating music. If it's not fun, I don't do it, but it's always fun. So I just keep going. So that's really it. I just love doing it. It's kind of like playing video games, but it's more intense. I don't really know what to equate it to. It's just like when you do something and you get lost in it for hours. That happens to me almost every single day. Pretty much every day that happens, like literally every single day. I write songs for the channel, and then I write custom instrumentals for clients. And yeah, that's what keeps me going, and I love it. I love trying new styles, trying new plugins, mixing things differently, trying new guitar amps. I just love the process. Like, everything about me is just like, I exist to do this stuff. I literally exist to do this. I know it. Like, I exist to make music and to be a great dad and to be a great partner. That's it. That's why I'm alive, and to show you guys music, like 100%, I know it. So that's what keeps me going. And also because we do need it to survive. But that's kind of like a byproduct of it. All right, last question. I am so thirsty. Oh my God, I should have grabbed water. Tom Kenobi, how unstoppable are you? I don't Pretty unstoppable. I don't know. I'm not sure what that means. Who really are you? I'm not sure. A human cannot physically produce as much music as you do on a relentless and constant cycle, so what really are you? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's sort of like a muscle. I just trained myself to just keep doing it. I'm not really sure why it's like the way it is. When I was a kid, I wrote a lot of music. I'd come home from school every single day and I would just write. And I used this thing called Tux Guitar, which I'd write tabs on as a kid. It's kind of like Guitar Pro. And I would just tab out the music. And I did this all the time. I'd come home from school. I was really depressed as a kid, so I'd come home from school and that was like my outlet. I'd do that. I'd play video games. I'd like eat some Cheetos, whatever, you know. And that was pretty much, I don't know if maybe doing it so much as a kid, it just kind of became part of my personality, but it definitely did. But that's kind of why it is the way it is. And it just snowballed into this obsession. It's definitely an obsession, and it's almost an addiction. I think it actually is an addiction. Because if I go like a week without writing music, things start to look gray, like colors start to look dull, things start to feel awful. And then when I write music again, it's like, whoa, like my brain wakes up. It's like I get jolted with dopamine, literally, and endorphins. Because it unlocks something in me, then it just makes me feel alive, 100%. Like, that's when I'm alive. When I'm writing music is when I'm alive, 100%. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about it. I don't know, man. I don't know when it's going to, I don't think it'll stop ever, but I don't know when it will slow down. It's really hard for me to know because it's going to come when I'm just ready to. But I'm just going to keep going, and I really appreciate you guys being on this journey with me. I know it's been a long journey, but I'm going to keep growing, and I'm going to keep writing, and who knows what will happen. I have a good life now. Everything is stable. Everything is great. It doesn't need to get better. But if anything does come along, you know, awesome. And if I ever blow up or whatever, cool. That's great. Like, especially if it benefits my family and it benefits my daughter, that would be amazing. But if it doesn't, that's great too. Like I said, I'm in it for the legacy kind of a thing. Like, I want to I want to show myself how much I can write and how many songs I can do. I want to do it because just to keep doing it. Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of ranting over and over. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a rant, quite the rant. I am really thirsty. I just did a 30-minute long monologue talking to a camera. And you know the sad thing? My phone is sitting on my drink. It's right there. So the only way to get to my drink is if I move the phone. So it's quite the predicament. So I'm going to go. It's been fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have a lot more songs to go. Hopefully I'm at like 5%. Like, I want to make thousands more. So yeah, we're not stopping anytime soon. There's no way. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the questions. Appreciate it a lot. You guys are amazing. Your support is what keeps this machine going. So appreciate it. And yeah, that's it. That's the end of the video. Peace out.